Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Hope you guys are having a great day today. It's a beautiful sunny day, and we are here, Ocean's Pit, Monday through Friday at noon, lunchtime fun. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609. Boy, every show is dedicated to the first responders, but mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show today. And boy, do we got a great show for you guys today. First of all, we're going to do the recap course of the Super Bowl. And then we got two guests because we're squeezing everybody in today and the next week of great shows. Two guests today. First, my first guest is going to be my friend Michael Batt from Golden Eagle Food Trucks. He's got some great ones, hot dog food trucks. Going to talk about that. Got the season coming up. It's going to be cool. And then we're going music style. My good friend Jim Palucci, folks, from the band called Anchors Away, yacht rock and roll, soft rock, mid-70s, mid-80s. So it's a big, full-fledged show. We're going to have some fun. So I'm excited. You're excited. Let's start the show, everybody. That's it, folks. Great intro. My good friend Dino Manzella from Seventh Heaven. Thank you so much, Dino. Guys, it's a great day. It's Monday, the 12th of February. And let's get right to our sponsors because I don't want to miss a lot of good stuff that we're going to talk about today. And what's important, folks, is Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Just Plains, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and Mesa, Arizona. The Carhartt closed sale, February 5th to the February 18th, 20% off. All Carhartt includes coupons. You can't beat that, folks. Ace Rewards special thank you sale, February 9th and February 11th. And it's very, very important to check it out, folks. Ace Rewards merchandise receive 20% off regular price items. All basic pleated furnace filters, buy three, get one free at our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local. And the Ground Dog has spoken. They will have an early spring. Be ready for the JRC Hardware Ace stores. They are stocked with all your spring lawn and garden needs. That's Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware, Jackie and Raffaello. Great seeing Jackie on Friday. Chicago Prime Steakhouse on Friday was jumping as always. Saturday at Bellagio was out of this world, and what a great time that was. I want to thank Berto and, of course, the main event band, the whole band, of course, Danny Ramondi and Double T, Tony Toto, Angelo Coramato from Naples. It was also great, Naples, Italy. It was also great to go to your a little wedding, you and Anne Marie. Thank you. We were happy to be invited to that on Saturday. So it was busy, folks. And then yesterday, of course, we're talking about the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. I don't know what to say, folks. I don't know what to say. I wasn't too happy with the outcome. You guys all know. But let's get to one more sponsor, folks, before we bring up our first guest, Mr. Mike Batt from Golden Eagle Food Trucks. It's it's crazy what went on yesterday, and I'm excited, but we're going to tell you some stuff. Anyway, folks, if you're band out there, company out there looking for public relations, well, then there's only one way to go, baby. We're talking about DeMeo, Bernie DeMeo Partners, folks. He's the guy that gets your band or gets you, your artist or your job or anything out in the market. Get your brand out there, folks. Public relations, TV, radio, all your stuff, folks. You got to go to DeMeo, BernieDeMeo.com, 312-217-5658. Tell him Tony O sent you. That's Bernie DeMeo, folks. And one more before we bring up our first guest. Let's go right to Mary Grievous, folks. If you're looking for a great realtor, a lady who does her job, and we're talking about my good Mary Grievous, folks. And it's very simple. Buying or selling in the Chicagoland area, the perfect real estate professional. Whether you're putting your home on the market or looking for your dream home, come give her a call today. Ready to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expired listings, Berkshire Hathaway, Starks Real Estate. Call my friend Mary. Or better yet, go right to the email, mgrievous@starkre.com, or give her a call at 630-688-1725. That's my good friend Mary Grievous, folks. It's important to buy and support all the local people in our community. And thank you so, Mary, for being with us. And a good friend, too. So that's cool. All right, let's get real fast to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 58. Ladies and gentlemen, Super Bowl 58. Let's see who's watching first. Ronnie B, Robert Provenzano, how you doing? Roadster Salon, hi Mo, see you tonight. All right, hard computer pick waving. All right, my friend, God bless you. Albert, Jerry Jams in the house. Nobody killed them. The San Francisco beat themselves, but so did the refs and the NFL, because it was all rigged from the beginning anyway. Didn't make a difference. And I'll explain my reasons. Danny Mazzy, Michael Sansone, what's up, guys? Rosa's in the house. Guys, thank you for watching today. Two great shows coming up, folks. Two great guests. Mike Betts from Golden Eagle Food Trucks and Jim Palucci from the band Anchors Away. All right, my Super Bowl. Interesting stuff. Let's get right to it. Super Bowl 58. How many views, folks? 100 million views. 100 million views. Viewers watching the Super Bowl. This one here, 58, Super Bowl 58, where KC won 25-22 against the San Francisco 49ers. Halftime show. Well, let's start off real fast, real quick. I watched some of the national anthem. I didn't get to see the Black national anthem, the Black Lives Matter's national anthem. I didn't get to really see that. By the time I was paying attention to everything that was going on, that was already over. I did pay attention to Reba McEntire on her national anthem rendition. And to me, to be totally honest with you folks, she did an incredible job because she kept it old school, the way you're supposed to say it in high school, the way you're supposed to say it in grade school. She did the national anthem like it's supposed to be sung. So Reba, God bless you, man. I say kudos to Reba McEntire. She did an incredible job. Are we talking about commercials? They were really big dutter commercials. I didn't see anything really funny, but the best one had to be J-Lo, Ben Affleck. Matt Damon was in it. I think Tom Brady was the DJ. I think that was the funniest video commercial, I thought, of the whole Super Bowl. I thought it was very, very funny. And that's what I give it to. I mean, that's just me, of course. Small. Carol, how you doing, honey? Carol Brandolino in the house. She's my co-host every Tuesday. Of course, this Tuesday we won't be live, so because I have a song. We're going to get to all that information too. But anyway, let's get to, like I said, the commercial. J-Lo wins it for me. Congratulations to Sarah Thomas, was the very first female referee to be in the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I don't even think they even showed her. They might have. I wasn't paying attention to the whole thing. I want to thank my buddy Dave Antonelli. We were at his home yesterday having a few ones. Alicia Key, let's go to halftime. If that's what you want to call halftime show. The most boring halftime show I've ever seen, folks. 30.1 million views tuned in to watch Usher and Alicia Key and whoever the other guys were. But to believe it or not, it's 5 more percent higher than last year's performance. So, well, Arnold in the commercial was pretty funny too. There you go, Peter. That one was fun. Tommy, what's up, buddy? Yes, very much. Timer, yeah. Super Bowl bonus, NFL reference, yeah, 30,000 to 50,000. See, everybody wins. So 30.1 million people seen the halftime show, 5% higher than last year's Very, very interesting. Patrick Mahomes, whether you like him or not, and people said, oh, the Bears should have got him, folks. If the Bears would have got him, he would have got destroyed. So let's not even go there with that comparison. I'm not a Mahomes fan. I'm not a Kansas City Chiefs fan. But 28 years old, 3 Super Bowl rings. You got to give him kudos, baby. You got to give him kudos to that. What's next on the the halftime show. 12 minutes in my life that I'll never get back again. Just my opinion. Doesn't mean much. Taylor Swift. They show her 10, 15 times maybe. And I think why they didn't show her that much, because Kansas City Chiefs were losing most of the game. So they never showed Taylor. They started showing Taylor when they came back again. So 10 times, crazy. To my opinion, they showed her 10 times. If I can remember, if I counted it right, they showed her 10 times. And San Francisco lost the game themselves. They had the whole first half, and then this is where I think it's sometimes, you know how I am with the conspiracy theories. I truly believe that, you never know. All of a sudden, San Francisco just said, second half, they didn't play. They weren't tough. I mean, I don't know. It's just amazing how everything just changed drastically. Badly. And everything just happened for Mahomes and the it factor, as Mr. Antonelli would say. So they would have showed Taylor Swift a hell of a lot more times if Kansas City was winning earlier in the game. But since they weren't, defense had nothing to do with wearing down the 49ers. I believe that the rig is in, baby. The NFL wants Taylor. They want Travis. They want whatever it is. And let's talk about Travis Kelce, whatever, if I'm pronouncing his name right, Kelce, whatever. The way he's throwing around Andy Reid, he's talking like a little bad boy, needs to go to anger management. That's what this boy needs to do. And I think his girl, Taylor, might want to say, hey, you shouldn't act like that on television. Be a little bit more respectful. Should have been benched. But of course you can't bench him. He wasn't like Billy Martin, who actually benched Reggie Jackson once when he wasn't paying attention and doing what he was supposed to do with the Yankees, remember? Nobody would have thought they would bench Reggie Jackson. But they did. Billy Martin did. Reeves didn't. Different story. Complete different story. They had no respect for his coach, and that is completely out of line. My opinion. Michael Jackson, folks, if you think about it, January 31, 1993, halftime had 1.33.4 million people at halftime. It was the largest one ever. More people watched that game, that halftime, 90.99 million people than the whole entire game, and that was the one in 93 when Michael Jackson did the halftime. So as crazy as it was, San Francisco blew it themselves, my opinion. And it wasn't a big win for me for Kansas City because they didn't play that great. I just think that San Francisco just dropped the ball. Just my opinion. And doesn't mean much, like I said, but interesting stuff. All right, folks, Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. I hope you're doing well. I want to thank my good buddy Sal from Deutsch Power Center. Buy local, shop local. Always supporting local establishments. All right, let's get right to our guest, folks. Love the upset yesterday. Well, Albert, I'm glad you're happy. And everybody should be happy. That's what football is. That's what it's about. But I don't want to see Kansas City in the Super Bowl again and again and again and again. It's kind of boring to me, my opinion. Just my opinion. Can Kaylor say, please leave, Swifty? Yes, please. I think you inhaled too much of that glue putting your models together. I think so too, boy. All right, let's get to my first guest because we got 2 great guests. Now, listen, busy week real fast too. Tomorrow during the day, we'll be at Ron Onesti's Rock and Roll Ravioli new restaurant with the Rat Pack show. Well, actually, just Bill Sarah telling me that's a day show, 12 to 2:30 at Rock and Ravioli tomorrow. It's going to be very good. Oshows.com for tickets. It's a pre-Valentine's Day show. Tomorrow night, folks, St. Charles, Arcada Theater, my band, Mojo's Jukebox, my new rock band, opening for Mr. Big. It's going to be huge. We hit the stage at 7:30 tomorrow night at the Arcada Theater. Wednesday, sold-out show at the Vixen Theater. We'll be there with Ocean's Rat Pack for Valentine's Day. Thursday, night will be at Venuti's with the Main Event Band in Addison. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll be opening a brand new casino called the Louisiana Downs in Louisiana, Missouri. Me and the lovely Regina Karma. So we'll be out of town working, folks. And this Thursday, free pizza. Listen to all the people that are watching today. Free pizza. That's right. This Thursday during the day, Tony Ocean's Pit goes live remote. That's right. This Thursday, Rustic Charm, the new Moretti's in Bartlett, off of Lake Street, folks. 12 to 1. Me and the great Laura Ocean will be there, folks, and Moretti's will be giving you some free pizza for everybody that's going to be there just to watch the show. You got to come and sit in the Ocean's Pit area. Get there early. Free pizza from A La Carte Entertainment at the new Rustic Charm Moretti's restaurant in Bartlett. That is this Thursday live, Ocean's Pit. And I hear maybe even appearance by Carol Brandolino this Thursday, along with my wife, Laura Ocean. All right, so it'll be very cool. Now, let's bring up my first guest. Are you ready? Golden Eagle Food Trucks. You got to love these food trucks when you go to these concerts in the park, when you go to these festivals, when you go down the street places. It's good. Always have usually good food. Mike Batt, I met a couple years back. He was also on our cruise with us, spent some time with us. So very good guy, and he's been doing this business for a while. So let's bring from Golden Eagle Food Truck. Let's our first guest. Bring my buddy Michael Batt. Michael, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how are you, Tony? Hi, everybody. It's a wonderful day out here.
It's a wonderful. I can see you're outside, and you got the truck there, the Golden Eagle Foundation, and for a food truck, and you're probably eating a hot dog, correct?
Yes, had one for breakfast, as a matter of fact.
Okay, so you had one for breakfast as well. So, Michael, you got into the food. Why a food truck?
Well, when I started, and this is going on 20 years now, maybe 21, I noticed when I went to the festivals, there really wasn't many food trucks out here that I noticed, and I saw that there was a need for them. So I just, as usual, I happened to have been laid off from my job at the time. I jumped right into the game, not knowing anything about it, but teaching myself. And thank goodness for all the years that I've done this. One of the biggest learning lessons I ever had was in Elgin, where I started with a trailer. And the health inspector took me under his wing and taught me all the rules and taught me everything to do. And that's where I really got my feet in the fill. And you had to load this all by hand and the coolers and the whole bit. Sure. And you would just go to wherever they would hire you.
Yeah.
And that's how I got my start.
That's how you got your start. And I know you had some luck with WGN. You spent a couple hours on there. Were you promoting the food truck business? Is that your business? Is that how that happened?
I did. I had at that time, after starting with a truck and a landscape trailer, I've done every facet of refrigerated van. At that point, I had a pickup truck, and I went out and I bought a 12x6 trailer and had it custom made, and I built the rest out. And it turns out the producer of WGN ate off my trailer at an event. And at that point, he called me because I forget, it was 2013. There was some event in the world where there wasn't many food trucks, and they needed a food truck and a recycling. It was me and the ABT guy. And he called me, says, "Can you come down here tomorrow?" This was 24-hour notice. So I came down there at 6 a.m. at the WGN studio in Broadway, down in Chicago. Right at their studio. Right. And they gave me from 6 a.m. to almost 12 o'clock or 1 promoting my name and my food truck. And after that, the phone calls just started rolling in. And no one really gets that much live TV, but it was just fate. That's all. He ate off my truck and remembered me and called me.
See? See how that works. I think it's very important when you go to these food trucks now. You see them now more and more all over at the carnivals, at concerts in the park, at festivals, street tacos, street all that stuff. Why hot dogs? Why was it just easier? And
Well,
I also noticed something that you have the only refrigerated condiment station where people can actually put their own stuff on there, right? Once you hand them
you
the hot
bet.
dog, yeah, that's pretty. That I don't see too often.
No, there's a 5 foot refrigerated table. It's a commercial condiment table, and it's filled with all the condiments, the onions, the tomatoes. You go down the line, it's in there of all the basics of hot dogs. And I use, pardon the helicopter, I use the Vienna coarse relish. It's very rarely found, but it's the old school green relish. It's not the neon, but it's a coarse green relish that is the old school relish. And I keep everything in my truck pretty simple: hot dogs, bratwurst, smoked Polish, and I keep my truck family friendly. I have good quality meat from, I use Vienna and I use Reams Deli out in Elburn. And those two products have kept me alive. And it's good quality food and great customer service. And I'm very old school. I'm the first guy to jump out if somebody needs help, in a wheelchair
Yeah,
or whatever you need. But that's
sure.
me. And
You're an owner, and you're a team player too, which is very very important. Mike Bad from Golden Eagle Food Trucks. Michael, let's go real quick couple quick questions, real fast. How many trucks do you have at one time?
I have this bus now and I have a trailer. I just sold my other trailer and now I'm going to be getting a mobile van, like a Sprinter, that kind of thing, because I'm expanding a little bit more and I can get into it in another time, but it's a second trailer is not of use to me because mobile vehicles are the way to go. When I Iowa, it had very low miles on it. I bought this, and my usual path, my brother-in-law and I, because he's an electrician and all that, built this thing out inside, and it was trial by error all these years. I know
Yeah,
what I'm doing now, but when I started, I jumped into a food truck world because there was a need for it.
yeah,
I
oh,
followed Dick Portillo's pattern,
yeah. Okay, and that's what you
and
did. And so you got one truck, one kind of van now. How many employees would you have on this particular van?
right now I have 2 employees, and I'm going to have 2 more to run that truck.
And what's
And
in
I,
yeah, so you have two that run the truck, and this is what you have every time your trucks are out, Michael?
yes, I do a lot of car shows. I
Okay.
do festivals.
Yeah.
I've done parks. I do mostly in the suburbs, but right now, this year, I've got over 100 graduation parties already booked. I
Okay.
do in 6 months. I start in Memorial Day, and I go till October to an event called Nightmare in Elgin. There's 22,000 or 25,000 people you're locked in with.
Sure.
I've done it for 10 years because I've started there and I've always done it. But I go, I do maybe 500 shows in 6 months, which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
But thank goodness I work off my reputation and I'm doing a lot more advertising, this year. And But again, it's mostly off my reputation for the service and the quality that I give you out there and you asked me why the hot dog. I'll give you a brief idea of this whole thing. In a nutshell, the hot dog is the most durable food you'll ever have. It survived wars, poverty. It it was started in 1860. I think this is a bad pronunciation, but it's Deutsch Sound sausage is the way this started in Germany off a guy in a cart. And basic idea, the two gentlemen from that started Vienna in 1890 brought it to the Chicago Exposition, that big event that was here in Chicago that showed all the new inventions in the food in 1890, and they was to be the guys that started Vienna. Then they all opened a shop on
On the hot
Halstead,
dog.
and they
Yeah.
turned that German sausage into the hot dog, if you will,
Okay.
and that's the Chicago. Now, the hot dog was never looked at real quick before the Vienna guys brought it to the exposition. That was a substandard food at the time because before them in the 1929-30, people would avoid a hot dog because that was where that bad term came in. They didn't know what was in it, but back in 29 and 30, there was no regulations, and they just threw the scraps of the meat at the stockyard into a
Sure.
sausage.
Sure.
But
Right.
when the
Right.
Vienna guys hit the market, they brought German sausage and their own Vienna recipe here, and then it soared. But long story short, the hot dog is always durable. You may not like them, but there are thousands and thousands of hot dog lovers. You
Yeah.
could go all the way from here to Nathan's.
I mean,
In
they've got a lot. You look, there's a lot of great hot dogs. I agree with you out there. Some places are different. You ever notice you can taste the hot dog Chicago compared to the ones in New York? Nathan's hot dogs. I think it's the water. I think that's what makes these hot dogs. Some snap like like Gene and Jude's. They snap at you. But what's an actual price? Where they come to your food truck, Michael, and they buy the fry? Does it come with the fries? How does that work? What's a price? A normal?
well, I don't carry fries, but the normal price is 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink. There's about 3 or 4 sodas you could choose from or water, and it's $10
Oh,
for the hot dog. For
it's
2
not
hot
bad.
dog, chips, and a drink.
Yeah, you can't
The
beat that.
bratwurst,
Yeah.
you could go. It's $10 for the bratwurst, or it's $15 for the meal. But the meal is a chip and a drink. And this bratwurst comes from Ream's Deli in Elburn. It is a homemade German deli that's been in business for 50 years. I sell 10,000 pounds of hot dogs, bratwurst, and smoked Polish in 6 months of each
Wow.
one of those. And that's a
Wow.
lot of meat going through the, processing,
Yeah.
selling.
Right.
But
Right. Right. Right.
I keep my prices so families can come, and that's majority at the festivals when I work. The families come to me because of this, because I hand the hot dog out on the table, the condiment table that I described to you. Again, is the relish, the mustard, or the onions, tomatoes, all the condiments, and it's refrigerated. Plus, I put jars of that salad mustard, the old school, they call it salad mustard. It's the yellow mustard that used in the old days. And
All
I
right.
put it on my table with the napkins and everything. So they prepare their own sandwiches because I would never prepare. I learned it in the very beginning. You never prepare anybody's sandwich because it's just people that want their own thing.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Well, yeah. Yeah. It depends on what you want, right? That's amazing. And I just put something out here over the hot dog versus the hamburger. McDonald's sells 75 hamburgers per second. 75 hamburgers per second. 7-Eleven sells more hot dogs in America, over 100 million hot dogs a year. That's at the 7-Eleven place. That's not even at one of those hot dog stands. So the market must be great. People do love them, just like you said. But 75 hamburgers per second when it comes to McDonald's. And then because they have so many of them. And hot dogs, 7-Eleven, not 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven sells more hot dogs in America, 100 million in 1 year.
Well, the two main foods are hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yes.
And here's a side note for you. For those people that like White Castle, which I do enjoy them when you do have them, the reason how it got invented was a guy was putting like a meatball in his deli, in his little cafe back in the day before White Castle, and he decided to put the spatula down and flatten it. And then when he flattened it, he realized he had something new, and that's where the square White Castle hamburger, and then he threw onions on it and the little bun, and that took off there. But then again, you can go down the line with hamburgers for the McDonald's brothers that invented it in San Bernardino when they had their little shop. If
Right,
anybody watched that show, The Founder, if you've seen that
right,
movie.
right. With Michael Keaton, that was a great story, true story too. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Today is Monday, the 12th of February, and our very first guest, Mike Batt from Golden Eagle Food Trucks. You got to make sure you check this guy out, man. He's got some good stuff there. We got a couple minutes left for you there, Michael. Real fast, are you going to be adding anything else besides hot dogs and chips and soda and bratwurst and what
Well,
else?
we're gonna be adding vegan dogs because that's the vegetarian dogs.
Okay.
That's the new thing on the menu. Every year I do something a little bit new, but there's a call for vegetarian dogs. And everywhere I've been in the last season and private parties in this, I started providing vegan dogs because that is just the new way of going, because you can go down the line. I keep my hot dogs very basic, but I'll add the vegan dog because it's going to be the more popular thing to do. Because there's gourmet dogs, there's all kinds, but
Right. I agree with you. I tried this Impossible Burger from McDonald's, and it was no meat, whatever, and I tasted. I couldn't tell the difference. So these vegan things, I'm sure. I mean, remember when you get those hot dogs and you put your stuff on there, most people that come by you don't know what they put on there, but most of them, you can't put ketchup on a hot dog supposedly, and we can go into a whole story again. We're going to have Michael back on again, the show again, buddy, and talk a little bit more about all the great stuff you're going with Golden Eagle Food Trucks. I heard you might even be bringing a dessert. Is this true? Some rumors that I'm hearing, maybe.
this is true. We were talking with your family with Mama D's Breads, and then we're going to see you on Thursday on this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to add this to my truck because this is going to be an incredible addition to my truck, because I have refrigerators. And one thing about my hot dogs, by the way, they're cooked and they're already cooked, but they're in a steam table, an old-fashioned metal steam table.
Okay.
So it makes dogs out of metal carts.
I got it. Okay. All
certain
right.
type of taste, Vienna. But getting back to the Mama D bread, this is going to be an incredible addition on my truck because I understand they're wonderful and I'll be tasting them on Thursday, but I have no doubt it's going to be a big hit. And that's a perfect dessert for me to carry.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very good. And like I said, we're talking this Thursday. We're going to be at the Rustic Charm, the new Moretti's in Bartlett. Me and Laura Ocean, of course, co-host, and everybody that shows up for the show at the live remote gets free pizza that is purchased provided by my good friend Jim Early from A La Carte Entertainment. Mike Batt will be there too. So talking about his hot dogs again and his breads, Mama D's delicious bread loaves. My sister Natalie, you guys know, have been selling it for years, and she's making it around the clock, always keeping herself busy. And then also Carol Brandolino, our co-host on Tuesdays, will be there too. So we're going to be a lot of fun on Thursdays. Michael, if they want to book you, Golden Eagle Hot Dogs at gmail.com. Is there a phone number they can call?
Yes, 630-589-7741.
You got it. And you can get some folks great deal. Listen, support the local establishments like these companies here, these food trucks, which everybody loves. I never had bad food from a food truck. They're always good. And Michael's a good guy, takes very care and really makes sure that his stuff is good and people want the product is good. And that's why they keep coming back. James Paul Lynch from American English says hello. Ronnie B. A lot of the entertainers love you, Michael. So guys, let's go. All the people out there that are watching today or when you watch it later on today, Ocean's Pit, Golden Eagle Food Trucks for parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, whatever you want to hire them. Give Michael a call, but he books up quick because the summer he's going to be very busy. So give it up. It's going to be very cool. Michael, thank you for your time, buddy. I look forward to seeing you Thursday live at the Rustic Charm Moretti's in Bartlett.
Thank you, Tony, for having me on my show. And I also do corporate events. That's very big, but I really appreciate you having me out. And hello to everyone that in the Tony Ocean world.
Everybody
So,
out there,
thank you again.
Michael Braccolini from Good Clean Funds says hello too. So, all right, Michael, thank you so much. You having a great day, folks. Golden
Yep.
Eagle Hot Dogs, man. The food truck. It's a food truck, not just hot dogs. Got a lot of good stuff on there, so enjoy it. 630-589-7741 or go Golden Eagle Hot Dogs at gmail.com. You call Mike Batt, B-A-T-T. Tell him Tony O sent you. Thank you, Michael. Have a great day,
Thank
my
you,
brother. Thank you. All right. So, isn't this cool? Hot dog. See, I always like to promote local establishments. It's very, very important. And we're squeezing in 2 guests today because tomorrow we will not be here. I have 2 shows tomorrow, 12 to 2:30 at Rock and Ravioli with the Rat Pack. And then at night, I'll be with Mr. Big. Mojo's opening for Mr. Big. And then Friday, I won't be doing the show because I'll be on the plane going to Louisiana, opening a brand new casino. So our only shows this week is Wednesday and a Thursday at the Rustic Charm. I want to thank Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street, Elgin. Buy local, shop local. It was great seeing Mike and Gigi at Bellagio this past Saturday from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. All right, let's get down to the next nitty gritty. Oh, you know what? This is fun. I'm having a good time, and I hope you are too. I really think it's important, guys, to promote local establishments and local bands. 40 days till spring. I can feel the spring already here, folks. 40. It's just crazy. I want to say happy birthday. We got some birthdays before we bring Jim Palucci on from Anchors Away. Let's go to the birthdays. My buddy Steve Galoric up in Florida. Steven, happy birthday, my buddy. Rachel Boland from the band Skid Row celebrating a birthday. Travis Tritt, country singer, 61 years old. We got some wrestlers here today. Kerry Von Erich celebrating a birthday. You got it, man. Very, very cool. Let's see. John Paul Neal. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, folks, from WWF with the Hitman Heart, the Heart Foundation, celebrating a birthday. Carole King, singer, songwriter, 82 years old. The great Babe Ruth from the New York Yankees celebrating a birthday. Charles Dickinson, he was the writer, folks, of one of the greatest stories ever, The Christmas Carol, celebrating a birthday. Lana Turner, one of the great goddess of a screen goddess. Clint Eastwood, 92 years old today. Haku from the WWF world, 65. Lon Chaney Jr., let's say happy birthday to Michelle. If you're watching, happy birthday to your dad up in heaven. And Ronnie B., happy birthday to your father up in heaven too, man. Very good. And also, speaking of wrestlers, they lost Bushwhacker Butch from the Bushwhackers. Well, he died at the age of 78 years old. Also great seeing Johnny Faso Bam Bam Boom 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 at Bellagio with his family. Thank you, Johnny, on that. All right. A couple other things real fast. We're going to be at the Cucina Rustica next Wednesday on the 21st. It'll be in Cary, Illinois. The 22nd will be at Positano's in Oakbrook with Jerry Jams and Lisa P. That's right. Ron Onesti Speakeasy on the 25th of February. Village Tavern in beautiful North Riverside on the 29th. And, of course, the Rat Pack Show at Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, Pier 290, February 24th, Saturday. All right. A lot of different great bands. You know I like pop music. You know I like AM, like me and Michael and Tracy trying to do this AM Radio Gold. We only did one show, but I like that music. I love that music of the 70s, mid-70s, early 70s, mid-70s, mid-80s, the great, WLS, W.C. Fell, all those great songs. We got a band in Chicago called Anchors Away, Yacht Rock, West Coast Sound, soft rock. They do stuff between mid-70s and mid-80s. You got to love it. They come up in these great suits, and I forgot my hat. I should have wore it. But anyway, let's bring Michael up. My good buddy Jim Palucci. Jimmy, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, Tony?
Love the
it's
outfit.
Great to be on your show.
Love the outfit. Love the outfit. Very, very cool. And are you still sipping that martini that you were trying this morning?
This is my second glass, and I think I'll call it a day in it.
There you go. Then you go to bed after the show. Okay, there you go. Let's go.
All
So we
right.
got Michael Palucci on. Michael, you've been an
Jimmy.
entertainer for many years doing your stuff. You started off as a drummer, percussionist, which you play in this band. How'd you come up with the whole, which is kind of cool because you don't see this kind of music played. I never seen a band that did this kind of music.
Well,
And,
I'll tell you this. It started out about 5 years ago. I was in Rosemont. And I walked into Joe's Live in the wintertime, and I saw these people walking in with short sleeve shirts on, captain's hats. And I go, wow, what's going on here? I went inside there, and there was this band, and they blew me away. They actually, they're called Yacht Rock Review, and they toured with Kenny Loggins this last summer, and their music was excellent. I said, this is what I want to do. I came out of the music retirement, and I said, I'm going to put a band together, and I've got some great musicians in the band. I love working with all of them. They're just a pleasure to work with.
well, I like it, and Anchors Away, of course. Where did that come from, the name?
You know what? I just pulled it out of my hat.
Yeah.
Somehow
Okay.
I just said it's perfect. It fits in with the yacht rock theme.
Uh-huh.
We got our costumes. We have our sports coats that we wear in the wintertime. It's our summertime outfit.
Yeah.
But
And the
soon
sport
will be-
coat has got the light blue, right? It's light blue or navy.
Yeah, it's I think they call that cobalt blue, and it's got the Anchors Away insignia, and
Yeah.
Everybody bought into the whole gimmick that I had, branding the band, and they know us from any other yacht rock band because of what we do.
And you know what? Here's the great thing about you guys. And if you go see a tribute act, if you like that band, if you like the tribute band, no matter who it is, if you like it, you're going to love every song. You're going to know it. Sometimes you see a lot of cover bands, some songs you don't like, sometimes. But these songs here from the mid 70s, England Dan, John Forcoli. I mean, there's a list of those songs, Ambrosia, that kind of stuff. We're all in the back of our minds. It's embedded in the back of our minds because we used to WCFL, WLS. It was the songs that we loved. Soft rock. It's got to be fantastic. What's your top 10? What do you get most requested when you guys are playing?
Well, you have your staple yacht rock songs like "Steal Away" by Robbie Dupree, "Baker Street" by Jerry Rafferty.
Yeah.
If the list goes on, I mean, "Player," "Baby Come Back." I mean, these are all songs
that's a great one.
They made you feel good. It was a different time in the 70s. We didn't have all this commotion going on, and it put a smile on your face. And that's why I love this genre of music. I can go on, and it's just a passion project.
It's a passion product. Well, and you guys all pick the songs, or did you guys go to like the CFL's top list back in the 70s and you just learned all those songs?
I always like to go a little bit. I like to do songs that other bands aren't doing. So sometimes I'll pull out the B-sides of these artists that were hits, but they didn't make it to the top 10 or top 20.
I got it.
And
What's your most requested song, Michael?
Jimmy. Keep calling me Michael. I don't know. Do I look like a Michael? That's okay.
I'm looking at these notes. Jimmy, what's your most requested song, Jimmy?
Jesus. We do Elton
Put it this
John.
way. What's your opener?
We opened the show with the Love Boat theme song.
Yes.
It puts everybody right in the mood where they're just, oh yeah, we got, if we do a video production, you'll see the whole Love Boat thing, and we throw our faces in the circle that they had,
Oh, see, that's great. Of course, Jack Jones did the original Love Boat. So do you do Brandy? Do you do that Brandy?
We do Brandy, yes, Looking Glass, Lonesome Loser, the list. I'm just looking because
throw me some songs.
I'll throw you some songs. Let me look at my list here. Jackie Blue, Lido Shuffle, Boz Scaggs, Lowdown, Biggest Part of Me, I Couldn't Get It Right. I mean, if you've come out to the show, we have probably about 75 songs that we go through, and I try to change it up and keep it fresh. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't Want to Be Like You, we just added. I don't know if you know that. But then we, of course, you couldn't do yacht rock without Hall & Oates.
You got to. Do you
Yeah.
throw any air supply in there?
Not as of yet. We haven't crossed over their supply, but it's definitely on our do list. We got to do it. You know, it's
Any Barry Manilow at that time? He had a lot of top hits at that
yeah,
time.
no Barry Manilow, though there is a song that I do want to do by him, and I can't think of it offhand. And then every once in a while, we'll show people that we have a little diversity in our band, so we don't have to. But we do a thing called, and they do this on Sirius Radio too, on the Yacht Rock channel, Yacht or Not. You know, so we'll do a Blondie, Rapture, or we'll do a song by the Kinks back in the '70s. They're all period tested songs from
Sure,
that era. Another song would be This Beat Goes On, Switching the Glide. But
Great tune.
you
By the
don't hear
Kings. By
by
the
the
band from
Kings.
the Kings.
Yes. You
Yes.
don't hear
Los
bands
Angeles.
doing this.
Yes,
And
that was all my favorite stuff. Do you guys do any Ambrosia or England?
oh
Dan
yeah,
and
yes,
Foley?
definitely.
Yeah.
Ambrosia. I'm trying to think. Elton John and Kiki D.
Kiki D, Don't Go
Lot
Breaking
of
My
Love,
Heart.
Nicolette Larson.
Oh yeah, good stuff. How
Uh,
about Thunder Island by Jay Ferguson?
Definitely, that's a staple. You got to look up Jay Ferguson's his background, where he came from, and the bands that he was in before he went to Total Yacht Rock.
Yeah. I mean, that's good stuff. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Jim Palucci from Anchors Away is in the house, folks. We're having a great day today. I hope you guys are having some too. Yacht. Why do they call it Yacht Rock? How did that all start? I know it started in West Coast Sound. It was like the California. How did they get that name, Jimmy? Any idea?
I will tell you that there was a guy that was doing a satire on, and he came up with it, Yacht Rock. He wishes that he would have patented it,
Sure.
because everybody uses it now. You know, the whole theme of everything is Yacht Rock. But he started it, and I listened to some of his YouTube stuff, and you know, of course, Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald's were big into the whole Yacht Rock, but they didn't call it Yacht Rock back then. It was easy
Right.
listening, or
Right.
just
Right.
cool
Or soft rock.
rock. Yeah. And so these artists have reinvented themselves now because of the Yacht Rock. You'll see them out playing again. It's one of those things where it just makes people feel good, Tone. I can't say it any other way. I love watching my audience, and they all got their hats on. They come walking in, and they got their collars popped up.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's taken on its own identity.
And it's like you said, it's embedded in everybody's head when we're growing up at our age, and all these great songs. There's not a bad tune that you guys do when you do your show. They're all sing-alongs. People are going to sing to them.
Oh, yeah.
I like your little line here: light and bubbly like champagne on the high seas. See,
What's more
classic.
perfect?
That should be on the back of the shirt. That should be on the back of the shirt. I love it. Anchors Away. Very, very cool. Michael, Jimmy, I'm sorry. Jimmy, do you like, what's your favorite venue to play?
Well, I really love the outdoor concerts.
Yes.
First of all, as far as inside, I mean, there's quite a few of them that we play at. In fact, you go to our website, if you don't mind me giving a cheap plug.
No, please do. Yes.
AnchorsAwayChicago.com. You can see that we're going to be playing all over. This Saturday, this Saturday we'll be at Evenflow in Geneva. We go on it at 9:00 there. But there's a lot. I mean, Bally Doyle's was the place where we sort of launched our band.
Mm-hmm.
That's in Downers Grove. And then
Sure.
I'm trying to think of the other place. Tailgaters we played at.
Do you have a favorite festival? You have a favorite festival that you like here in the suburbs? Or
Well, this is like our third season really launching. I mean, we've only been together 5 years, and first of all, COVID took the first year out of our sale. So now that we're getting known, I mean, Bloomingdale. This year is our first year I've been trying to get on the stage, but we're playing at Taste of Melrose.
very good. I think you might be there the same night we are. I think
August 30th. August 30th.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
so that's
we're
good.
we're on the main stage.
Yeah.
I think we go on there at 5:30 to 7. And, it's just we're playing a Jimmy Buffett convention hosted by the Pyramid Heads.
Oh, see, now
They
that's cool. That's cool. Very
they
cool.
love it. They love us. We played there 2 times already. They travel around the state. Sometimes they go out of state, but we're going up to Zion for that one.
Okay. Home
That's
of the
a,
great Chicago band called the Shoes, if you remember back in the 70s. Jimmy, is there another band similar in the area or near that does something like you guys? What's the difference between the two bands?
well, there's 2 other yacht rock bands.
Okay.
Actually, 3 others. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Uh, and one would be the Ron Burgundies. They play mostly on the south side. They do a little satire to the music, but they're fun to watch.
They've been around
Uh,
a long time,
they've
too.
been around quite some time, yeah.
Quite some time. Correct. Correct.
And then there's Easy FM. Your friend Diva is the
Oh,
lead
yeah. Diva
female
Martel.
singer in that
Sure.
one.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Our friend, I should say.
Well,
And then there's the band in the city that I have done a double booking with called Yacht Rockettes.
yeah.
And they're a dual fronted female group.
Oh, okay.
The guys, most of the guys in the band are males, but the 2
Yeah.
girls sing all these songs too. We did a show in the winter with them on the stage with us, and we actually shared musicians and stuff. So it was fun.
Oh, yeah. See, that's kind of cool. And this just goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not into this or you think, oh, that yacht rock music or the soft rock, this just goes to show you how popular this music is. There's 4 right here that we know of that we just mentioned. So you got to understand, just like that's why there's so many Beatle tribute bands. There's so many Elvis guys because there's stuff. The people love this music, and that's what it's about. And when you guys go see Jimmy and the guys from Anchors Away, it's an event because you go. It's like you wear the costumes. It's an event. You're just not going there just okay. Let's go see. It's a whole big thing, and that's what's cool. They have a great marketing strategy. They have a great sound. They have a great thing for what they're doing. And I love it because you're trying something off that people all love. And
Yeah.
that's something that one thing I want to discuss real fast. We talked briefly. You promote your band as an all live band, no tracks.
I don't want to get in trouble on this one.
No, you're not getting in
Okay.
trouble, but it's almost here's what I don't get when people do that. It's okay saying an all live band. You don't have to put tracks. I mean, right? So when you put the tracks, that means you're giving it to the other guys who
It's
make
really
tracks.
not I'm not trying to, because, well, first of all, the reason why I do say this, how many times that people come up to us and go,
Yeah,
okay, your harmonies are awesome.
right.
I'm hearing all kinds of noises. Are you playing the tracks? Are you, and I go, no, this is all us. This is as live as
No,
the keyboards is everything. So it's not really a slam. It's just to inform our audience. Listen, I started out with track bands back in, I think we called it sampling back then in the
there you
in
go.
the
Right,
late 70s, 80s.
right.
So
right,
I can't, I'm not, you played
What I
along to
do,
it.
yeah. And I like that about you guys too, because you have a lot of. Well, how many people? 7? How many people in the band?
Eight.
So everybody sings. It's almost like my group Mojo's Jukebox. Everybody sings, and the harmonies are great. And you got it. And you guys do an incredible job. And you know what? We're gonna not fight, but people always disagree with whether the track. Always said it is what it is. You know what it is. It's
I don't
out
disagree
there so
with it.
much.
I
mean,
don't
look at
disagree
that.
with it. It's just that it's cost efficient.
Yes,
Okay, that's
yes,
one thing. I mean,
yes.
and if doing your Sinatra stuff or doing Seventh Heaven or any of the other band, these are all studio stuff.
Yeah.
Where you have an orchestra and you have everything. You
Yeah.
can't afford to pay 25 people to play an
No.
orchestra behind you.
No,
It's
not at all.
it just financially doesn't make sense.
Right, and I understand what you're doing. It makes a lot of sense. And look at that halftime show. I mean, Usher
Yeah.
rips the whole thing.
Perfect example.
At least
Perfect
half of it. Yeah.
Hey,
So
if
so
I could, I do want to share a story because a lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that we have a relationship that goes back probably 30 years ago when Tony
and
really
I,
didn't
and
know
I
me.
didn't notice because Jimmy, we just started talking maybe 2 years ago, right? Again,
Yeah,
when I was seeing your
yeah.
Positanos again. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Right. And anyways, we were having a fundraiser down at Tofano's in the city for my nephew who has passed away. But before that, we were trying to raise money for the doctor bills and everything else. And Tony, I should say Joey DeBono of Tofano's and Tracy, his wife, they got Tony to come into this fundraiser, which I did not know. And unbeknownst to him, he didn't know me or my family. And he came in, did about 3 or 4 songs, and it would touch my heart that a guy would take time out of his busy schedule and do this out of the warmth of his heart, because he knew that you're talking about a 11-year-old boy that we lost, but it was just the whole thing. So it was just one of those things, and that's the first time I've ever met Tony and got to, it was a brief meeting, but I'm glad now that we've become friends 30 years
Me too,
later.
Jimmy. And you know what?
No.
Thank you for those kind words. And I think you guys are probably the exact same way. If someone needed something, you know what? And we know that we have a lot of friends out there, fundraisers and stuff that, whatever we
Got to
can
give
do.
back. You got to give back.
God gave us this gift. We're pretty lucky, Jimmy. We really are. And all the musicians out there that follow the show, and if they don't, any musicians out there, we got a talent from God. And I don't want to get into this biblical thing and, religion. Yeah, I do believe in God, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I love God. I pray to God, whatever. So, but I think it's important to give back. And I think there's a lot of great entertainers in the Chicagoland area.
And one of these days, why my band is playing, I definitely want to bring you on stage, because you do a few yacht rock songs, I noticed.
Yes, I would like. I love that music. I love the AM radio stuff. I love that stuff. I listen to it every day. I'm even go back to the British Invasion. That's one of my favorite too. So I love that stuff. Jimmy, you got okay. So you got this Saturday. You'll be at Even Flow in Geneva, Illinois. That's what time?
We go on, I believe, at 9. There is an opening act, and I can't think of their name, but I'm sure they're going to be good because they book a lot of talent.
One more time, give me the website where they can book you.
That's Anchors Away Chicago.
And Chicago. There you go.
Yes.
Is there a phone number too they can reach?
Yeah, you can reach me at 630-417-3654. We do private parties. We do everything. Wherever we can go and wherever we can put a smile on people's face. One of the other trademarks is I buy these hats and I throw them out to the audience. So that's another little gimmick that we do. But everybody loves
very
that.
Cool. Everybody wants one of those hats. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I like I said, I just can't get enough of this kind of music. Though I tell you what, I still work on other projects.
Yes, you got something new going on. Wait, let me just tell the audience. I hear through the grapevine that there's a 3 Dog Night tribute band coming soon. Is that correct?
Yes, we're planning on launching this in the late spring, early summer. Got some of the best Chicagoland musicians. The harmonies. I mean, my 3 dogs, and I'm not in the band, but I put it together.
Sure. Okay.
I put up a little financing, and we're going to make this thing blow it up. But I mean, I've got Joe Scamacci with the Change of Habit band, and he tours all around backing Elvis's.
Yeah.
I know you know Joe. Dave Huizinga is one of the other dogs. Dave was the lead singer for Paul Revere and the Raiders, which they went on as the Raiders. So they toured all around. Sure. And then Jeff Anthony's from Brass in the Past and Blackberry Jam.
Very cool.
These guys, it was magic in the first time in the studio. Just bringing them in and their harmonies. I mean, you close your eyes, you got 3 Dog Night on stage. I mean, our musicians, I mean, Mark Odd, who was the drummer for 3 Dog Night.
Very cool.
In the later stages, he's in the band. Wally Houston on bass. Bobby Scamacci on keyboards, Joe's brother from High Five, and Dave Gans on guitar, and the magic is there. I mean, I'm excited to work with these guys.
Well, I'm excited for you too, Jimmy, that you're out there pushing your stuff and doing what you're supposed to do. And look, a lot of 3 Dog Night fans out there. I mean, Chuck Nigrin's probably the best, one of the great vocals. He's not with them anymore, but God bless, man. He got a great, one of the great rock voices of our time, the great Chuck Nigrin, 3 Dog Night. All right, guys, we're coming to the end. It's 1:00. That means that it's time to go home, folks. Guys, remember a couple things before we let Jimmy go. Anchors Away, make sure you check it out. Anchors Away, right? Is it anchorsawaychicago.com?
Yes.
Chicago.
Yes.
You got that.
Or
And
Anchors Away on Facebook. Anchors Away Band on Facebook.
give me your phone number, Jimmy.
630-417-3654.
Book Anchors Away at your party, festival, whatever you guys got going out there. Guys, remember a couple things. Let's get one last thing out of the way, folks. Of course, Ace Hardware, Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norridge, Plains, Evergreen Park, Warrenville, and now in Mesa, Arizona, folks. Don't forget to take advantage of their car key plans, folks. That's right, 50% less off than the dealership. Get your car keys made at Ace instead of going to the dealership. 50% cheaper, folks. That's right. And download the Ace Rewards app. Easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, don't forget Rustic Charm this Thursday. Moretti's, Bartlett. Me and Laura Ocean will be there doing our live remote during the day. Mike Batt will be our guest. Carol Brandolino will be our guest. Mayor Tom Daly of Schaumburg. I hear a bunch of people are going to be showing up. And a la carte, Moretti's are giving away free pizza for that show from 12 to 1. It's Ocean's Pit. Guys, buy local, shop local. Support local establishments, support live entertainment. It's very, very important. Tomorrow we will not be here, folks. 2 shows tomorrow. I'll be at Rockin' Ravioli during the day with the Rat Pack, and then at night opening for Mr. Big at the Arcada Theater with Mojo's Jukebox. We'll be back here on Wednesday, 12 o'clock. Everybody, please remember the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. And don't forget, go check out Golden Eagle Food Trucks and go buy some of those hot dogs, and then go support my buddy Jim. Anchors Away and a brand new 3 Dog Night tribute band coming late spring. It should be interesting, early summer. Nick Sahaj is the piano man. Take us out, my brother. Goodbye.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day. God bless you. Thank you, Jimmy.